Hi guys, welcome to week 15 of our Kings Road project. So this is the 6-bed HMO for supported living. Yeah, there was some sort of minor delays with this one, mostly just because the builder, we've been having some issues with the builder, just making sure that everything's done correctly and to the high standards that we really need for our clients. But more or less everything is finally there. So what we're going to do is just walk you around. Ashley is just going to point out what's been done and then also give you an insight of what still needs to be done over the next few weeks just to get this project completely finished. Okay, let me turn it around.
Cheers, mate. Thank you, too. So, as Tu mentioned, we've had a little bit of back and forth with the builder about what we need to get finished up. Ultimately, we've kind of got to a point where we're saying, right now, we need the project handed over at this date, and anything that is left after that, I've already engaged one of our handymen who will just come in and do a few bits and bobs. I shouldn't really even call him a handyman because he is really, really good, and he can do more than what a standard handyman would do. But I will just walk around and look at some of the smaller things that we need to get done for supported accommodation. What we've actually been trying to do with our support accommodation is we've tried to start to integrate some of these things into the actual build process. But a lot of the time, especially when working with a new builder like on this project, we don't sort of want to overwhelm the builder right from the get-go. So at times we sort of add little things in as we go along if we see fit. So I'll walk into room 1 and we'll have a quick discussion about it. So if you step into the room, you can see it's a nice, bright, airy room. We've gone with the grey carpets. We've spray painted the radiators, so it's kind of like it's more like a silver colour, isn't it, too? Mm-hmm. But it looks really good, and as you guys can see, it's a really, really big room. So in terms of, for our target market with supported accommodation, this room is absolutely perfect. So in terms of furnishing, all we get in here is a single bed. We will get a chest of drawers, a bedside table, and a wardrobe. Light fittings, lamp, light shade we'll get as well, and then ultimately the tenant can come in here and it's a nice, it's a really big, nice room. In terms of, I think I should probably mention what we would probably have done if we were going professionals, shouldn't I too? There wouldn't be that much of a difference, and I think ultimately this is where myself and Tu have sort of positioned ourselves in that whether it's supported accommodation or whether it's a high-end professional HMO, the standards of the build really still need to be up there because we're trying to build forever. We're trying to build so it lasts. Yeah. In terms of the cosmetic stuff, that kind of stuff can be chopped and changed around pretty much all the time.
Just allows us to have a different exit, really.
Exactly. And that's ultimately why we got into the supported accommodation space, was to allow our landlords to have a different exit. So for this room, there's not loads that we need to do. So we've already got a door stop in here, which I mentioned pretty much on every video now. Now, the one thing that we require for supported accommodation on our fire doors is just the blue sticker that says fire door keep closed. So again, it's not something that we put out in the quotes. A lot of the time, I'll just order a bunch on Amazon or eBay, and when it comes to the end of the project, I'll just walk around and just stick them on myself generally. Into room 2. Into room 2. I don't think we got a light bulb. So good. So again, carbon copy. We've got the grey carpets, spray painted the radiators and just repurposed them. So this room's good to go. We'll need a bit of a clean, so possibly an outside window clean. But let me take you into here, which is what we've been waiting for a little while. So we finally got this window, which was just an old single glazed window. We've just got it bricked up. So I think it was only yesterday or the day before that this actually got bricked up. So what we do, insulate a bit of plasterboard, and that'll just be straightforward. Nothing really to worry about in there. Nobody's going to live in there. We'll walk through. So this is the dining area, which again is a really nice dining area. So had a few issues in here originally. You guys, if you go back to some of the first videos, you would have seen that the ceiling was pretty much caving in. So we just needed to replaster it, re-skimmed it, which is really nice. We have got the boiler in here. So all good for the boiler. All we need for supported accommodation is just a little switch lock in here, which is actually over there. And we've got the door numbers over there ready. So I expect the builder is going to be putting that up. Stop clock in there. So again, We're not going to do all this work. We're not going to, you know, pretty much repurpose the whole house and give the whole house a full facelift and then leave that exposed. So we're just going to put a flap on there. So, kitchen. So, I wouldn't say it's a tight kitchen, but I think it looks really bright now. What colour was it before too? It was like a yellowy...
Oh.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Whatever it was horrible. But again, repurposed, fully functional, really good for supported accommodation. It's pretty much exactly what we need. Again, we always will go for an electric hob. One, for safety. Two, it's one less thing that needs to be checked yearly. So for us, it just makes sense just for us to have electric hobs. They're a lot safer for us and for our end user.
And cleaning as well.
Exactly, for cleaning. Bathrooms. So we've got shower room, which now is fully installed. So looking good. Extractor fan, all tiled up, all looking really nice. So again, in here, it will just be a bit of a clean. The doors have already got locks on, which is a big help. And then into where you are standing there too, which is the WC. So we'll walk upstairs. Yes, so I was talking about electric. The hub is currently gas. It was a mistake by the builder, so we're waiting for that to just get changed over to an electric hub again. Something like that is, you know, it's not really going to take long. You could potentially compromise on it, but it's not safety is not something that you want to compromise on. You know, I think what would you say to we're quite easy to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, where the builders can have a little bit free reign, we don't mind them having a little bit of free reign on some things, but other things, i.e.
Safety.
Fire safety, is a non-negotiable. So into the main room. So again, there were little bits of snagging that needs to be done, and I wouldn't say it's being pedantic. It's just being smart about things. So we've got a new fire-rated frame here. Door closers, everything is new. Now, we just open this. You can see where the door closer is already damaging the door frame. So for us, again, door stops, very important, but it stops this damage. Now, this is the damage that's happened in what? A month of probably people coming in and out here. And again, this room was carpeted a while ago, so people haven't been in and out of this room, and that's the damage it's caused. Give that a month, 2 months of somebody actually living in the room, and it'd be falling off. Other than that, bit of snagging, we're gonna get some white spirit onto the old UPVC windows, and then there's just a bit of a paint mark that we need to cover over there. Middle room upstairs. I think this is probably the one with
The least work.
work needed. Actually, always this never needed that much work. But again, it's a nice big room, fully functional. It's about 10 meters squared. We're very happy with it. One thing that actually myself and Sue just noticed now is the gutters. So I think we did probably see it before.
Yeah, I took a picture of it.
But yeah, we definitely need to get the gutters cleaned out, because I think there was just a leak as it was just raining. And you could see where potentially there'd be ingress into the dining room.
Yeah. It was just coming down, leaking down to the wall, so that's going to create a lot of issues.
Yeah, and
once everything's done.
Actually, too, if you remember, in the lounge, that's actually where the water damage was. Okay. So definitely up there, an issue that needs fixing. Makes sense now.
Yeah.
Bathroom. So our handyman's going to come in and just tidy up the bathroom. You can see the rubber seals here that is matched up, and the runners. So he's going to give this a good clean. Other than that, we've just painted it, put a new toilet and sink in, and it's looking a lot fresher.
Oh yeah.
Smallest room, all good. So again, this is the smallest room in the property, but again, it's still fully functional. Remember, we had to move the door from this position here just out here, just to ensure that the room meets regulation sizing. And finally, our old stairs are gone. Finally, up into the loft room. So, as you guys can see, we've got no handrail, so that's one thing that we need from a safety, building regs perspective, etc. So again, it's a nice big room. There's lots of storage. I don't know if people maybe want to make a little reading corner or a snug. As you guys know, everything pretty much under there isn't usable space. So all around here is usable space. This measures about 8 or 9 square meters, so it is quite large. Only thing in here, again, we've covered up an old light fitting, just needs a bit of paint. That's about it. I think for this house, there are little bits of snagging, but again, given how far we've come with the project, we just want to take it back now, get finished up, and get it handed over. But it will be seen to.
Okay. All right, guys. I think the next video is everything dress, furniture in.
Furniture in.
Just a final walk around. All right. See ya.